What's up guys, my name is Doug. Welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you are not new. Today we are going to be giving a listen to Everything's for Sale by Boogie. I put out a poll, asked whether you guys wanted a reaction or a review, and you guys said reaction. So here we are. I'm not familiar with Boogie as an artist, but I'm excited to get into this. We've got some really cool features on here. It's a really short track list. It's less than 40 minutes long, I believe. So look, a lot of you guys have said it's really good. Let's just get right into it. Let's see what he's got for us. The first track is Tired/Reflections, and this is Everything's for Sale by Boogie. Let's get it.
They like, nigga, we tired of hearing you poor. Out your heart about how you in the struggle and how you at war. I don't want to hear that story.
The guitar and the Rhodes are really smooth.
Digging up skeletons. You fucking tired.
Oh, the soft vocals in the background.
I'm fucking tired. I'm tired. Questioning if God real, I want to get murdered already.
The police are riding on the street. No one
I feel threatened. Think I ran into a dead end.
Oh, this beat.
I want fame. Well, I can't take L's. I can't stay still, but I can't pay.
This is so smooth.
You better take the blame that you progressed wrong and they got stepped on. The text long, but I see heaven's gates, but I got hella plays. Whoa, see, this a deadly game, and I need better aim.
That guitar. Yo, one thing I really like about his delivery is you can hear how lost he feels in his voice and his performance and the way that he's speaking. I love this beat, the smooth piano with the guitars going in the background and the female vocals riffing. Oh, it sounds so smooth. I love the really soft snare. It sounds like a rim shot that they're using. I like the way that they mixed it. I think it sounds really cool, man.
For you niggas, at this point, my reflection can get it. My homies, the jury, the honor, my label, my shorty, my baby, my mama. This for the fence about the angle that you looking from. Investing in protection of your chest before the bullets come. I'm supposed to look the stunt when I don't feel my guard up. How many girls did I just call up? I'm mixing liquor in my Starbucks, fuck. I'm the one in front, the gun in the one.
The muted guitar riff sounds so cool, man. Yo, such a deep song, man. You know, about struggling with yourself and struggling with hating the person that you see in the mirror and knowing and taking responsibility that all these bad things that are going on in your life, you've got to take responsibility for them, and it's your fault, and you feel like you're at a dead end and you feel lost and you don't know how to react and you don't know what to do, and it's just you're tired, and like he says here, you're at war with your reflection, you know. And so it's like discovering yourself and trying to find a way to better yourself, to handle the problems that you caused yourself. I think it's a really cool track. I think it's a really cool introduction. It's starting to lead me to believe that the person in the casket in the album cover might be him. I know it's a really sad album cover because these guys look like they're mourning, but it looks really clean, man. The colors that they chose, the white and the red, it looks really cool. But yeah, I think this is a really cool introduction. I think it's a great, actually, introduction for this project. Next track is Silent Ride. That pan flute? That pan flute is fire, bro. Yeah, let's go. There's a really cool swagger to this beat, man. This is it, bro.
Got too many bitches in my bed.
Yeah.
I don't store the number just instead. I start scrolling through the text and look for pictures in the thread. Ignore the grade from every teacher. I was throwing up to me while I was trying to get Jamisha. Who am I?
Really short verse. Quick, right back into the catchy hook. Solid songwriting, man. Oh man, this beat is so good, dude. And this hook is awesome.
Let me slide. If I ain't right before I rise, tell the world I'm dead inside. The right time, you dead my high. Connect the line, express your mind. How we should talk more. Know that that's a lost war. She gon' take the aux cord and let her play her thoughts for. She gon' play it. Silent ride. Silent ride. Silent ride.
Man, this track, first of all, has got an awesome vibe to it. It's got a really cool feel to it. I love this beat. I love the hook. I think it's super catchy. I love how short the verses are. It sounds like it's about these struggles that are going on in his head, and oh my god, this dog, dude. I think the garbage truck is outside and the neighbor's dog is just freaking out. I'm leaving this in. This is going in the video. You guys get to suffer with me. So, nice weather. Not really. It's really hot. It's like upper 90s all the time, every day here. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so Silent Ride. Man, look, I love the vibe of this track. I love how awesome it feels. I think the hook is ridiculously catchy. There's some really solid songwriting here in the way that he structured it. Really short verses and then just right back into the really catchy hook. It's got lots of swagger to it. It's a way to keep the track interesting and to get people to come back and play it, but at the same time get your point across in your verses. He talks about hearing these voices in his head, and I feel like his mental health is going to be a really major theme in this project. Struggling with the silent ride home because he's got too many voices in his head, and he's got his girl next to him and she took his phone and he's worried about what she might find on it, and she's gonna try and pretend like everything's okay and play her music, and it's almost like he doesn't know which is better, letting her play her music knowing that she's upset, or having the silent ride and having to deal with the voices in his head. At least that's what I'm getting. You know, it's a first listen, so I might be way off, but I just think that this is a really cool track. It's got tons of swagger to it. I love that pan flute, and yeah, let's just keep going. Next track is Swap Meet. Oh, this guitar is smooth, dude. Yeah. I love the strings, dude, the violins. Love the percussion. Oh, this is so smooth. The arrangements are awesome on this. Loving this performance, man. Bringing the hi-hats in now. Add a little bit of bounce to it. I like it.
A man ain't got a spot in Silver Lake, yeah. That silver lining, see perfections and mistakes, yeah. Try not to say I clean you up myself, I'll have you on a shelf and treat you like an antique.
I love this metaphor that he's using. So the additional vocals, first of all, in the background from, who was that? Yeah, they're not crediting the girl who was singing in the background, but just beautiful voice, awesome vocals, riffing in the background. It adds a lot to this track. I think it's really cool. I love the metaphor that he maintains throughout this entire track. It's like he's finding her love at a swap meet and he's trying to bargain for it and he's trying to buy it because he doesn't want to leave it on the shelf and treat it like an antique. He's sold on her. So like this whole metaphor of where he's trying to bargain for her love and to try and purchase her love and to obtain her love is really cool. I love that, you know, he set up a theme with the hook in the beginning of the track and he maintained the track in that same theme. It's really good songwriting. It's a really smooth track. I love that guitar. I love the beat and how soft the drums are and the percussion. I think it's cool. Next is LOL Shake My Head, interlude. I love these hi-hats that sound real and organic. So cool.
Yo, LOL crying face make me shake my head. There you go. Yeah, that water under the bridge, just use that shit as a charter. Make my friendship be a channel for all the pain you can't harbor. It's hard for me to be happy. Wish my girl thick and thin and probably bleed soon as you touch me. I love it if you hate me, I hate that you fucking love me. I've been up and broke and ran him low. Plus he got a 6-month-old and he can barely keep her fed. And gotta deal with baby mama hanging shit over his head. And I wanna tell her, go swim forever if you see these tears that I didn't shed.
Love that.
I know your fight to be free. Locked in your mind, how surprised and you think that silence is key. You ain't designed to be blind and lost in the night like you be.
I'm loving in this beat all the different percussive sounds that we're hearing on the offbeats. Hi-hat rolls to snaps to wood blocks to a bunch of stuff. I'm loving that they included all that in the beat. It adds a lot to it.
Got a story I can never show you. Scared if you open up, niggas just might have leverage on you. And I'm like, God, why you get your line, but you ain't that I'm gonna be. Remind me that I'm gonna be straight. Remind me if my heart do break. Remind me that it's gonna reshape. Remind me niggas stand your ground. Remind me not to call me under the influence. Awake to feeling bad to know the home that I just ruined. Don't think that you booming and think you own me. And diss it on God, we gon' air it out the creator.
Yeah.
Feeling sorry, I'm dying to get him off me. Line up around me and Mike, he can't.
He's going off.
I'm trying to be like we.
That's an awesome track, dude. First of all, I love the two different parts of this track. I love how both of them sound. I love the vibes to both of them. The beats, you know, are really good, but his performance is really what sells it. You know, it's the way that he's captivating you with his voice, with the way that he's telling the story, with the imagery in his lyrics, and making these allusions to text messages and to emojis and LOL and SMH, and all at the same time exposing these inner thoughts that he's got and these struggles that a lot of the people around him are going through, and the way that it takes its toll on him, and the way that he wants to help people get up, but at the same time there's no one to really help him up and give him a hand, and you know, all these different things. He's just pouring out everything that's in his heart and in his mind on these tracks, which is, I am assuming, what he means by everything is for sale. Like, if you want everything that is in my mind, you can have it. It really means that he's just not holding back. He's just being so sincere and so honest, and I really think this track is something special, and I feel like I'm missing a lot because it is just my first listen, but when I go back and listen to it again, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to pick out a lot more. And you can let me know if I missed anything in the comment section as well. Next track is Soho. Oh, it's featuring Jid? Oh, let's go.
Fucking dinner beans. Please no more meeting at Soho. Please no more thinking we brothers. I ain't been seen it like, oh no. I ain't been seen it like, oh. I do not beef from the photos. It's how you survive when a nigga like me get to saying he tripping.
Hey.
If I missed the time just pushing my buttons, I probably was glitching.
This beat is hard.
She give me thoughts on what we finna do. Beautiful gave permission to think. Me and my shorty was missing a bit.
On the flow.
I need to give me a lease. Pass on the key to the streets. I need the key to the door that can
I love this. This is it.
Ain't no more peace in my Bible, cause I don't need it, don't use it, I swear I'm with everything. Like the usual, no I ain't meeting that no boy going for sushi and rope, I'm up for
yeah, let's go!
In the photos, I think I should sign it, that roto, I'm local, one pocket from popping the pistol, left down infinity when you talk shit. Time and ticket, you better watch it, but when you get popular, then one of your partners
Love the alliteration, man. Really short verse, too. So for some reason, something went wrong with the camera and we lost the footage to the ending of that last track where it switched up. And that's unfortunate, but still, I thought the track was great. I think it's a really cool track. This one felt more like an interlude than the actual interlude did, since this one was half as long. We got a really quick Jid verse. They're talking about people who try to make friends with them just because of the positions that they're in, and you know, they're just tired of all the fake people. And I think this is just a really cool track with a really sick beat. They really go off, they show off with their flows, and I think that it's just a really awesome, energetic track. I think it's great. Next track is Skydive.
Told me don't jump with no plane. All I'm saying, you better be sure.
I'm loving the acoustic guitar.
I guess that means war. Means war. Life, commitment could turn to a sickness that I never seen. If it sure ain't okay. If I told you my symptoms was tripping, don't fall my conviction from tension I felt on my core. And at this point, I hope that you pure.
Yeah.
Oh, we should skydive.
Love the performance. I love how simple the track is so far.
High tides.
I love that.
Never be. We always in different spaces. You take me out of my zone.
Adding more to the beat.
Made it storm past us never. And we redefine gravity and let this fall last forever. Crawl back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're playing with fire, child. Stop. Don't drop.
This is fire, dude.
That's why I ain't answered me.
Yo, I love one thing about this project so far, and it's the simplicity. A lot of these beats don't have a lot going on, you know? A lot of this production is really simple. They keep it really minimal and just add exactly what is needed. They don't go overboard, and it all just sounds so wavy, you know? With his performance, his performance isn't overly energetic. He's got this really cool mellow vibe about him, but it just fits with these beats so perfectly, you know? On this track, it's about commitment. It's about him never knowing the future, so that leads to, you know, a fear of him and his partner committing to one another because they don't know whether it's going to work out in the future. And you know, I mean, he says that he wants to take the plunge and skydive, but you can never be sure. And so it's, you know, it's really just taking the plunge and hoping that everything goes well, but never knowing 100% that things are going to work out. And that fear, you know, the way that messes with him. It's an awesome track, and it's really relatable. Anybody that has ever thought about committing to a relationship or any sort of thing has probably felt this. So, you know, and it's a really cool track. It's got a really cool sound to it. Next track is Live 95. Man, the guitar sounds so cool.
I don't know what I'm worth yet. I've been broke since my birth hit. Too much holes in my search hit. Kill the noise.
Love the bass line.
My mama keeps saying I'm still a boy. Find your bliss in the abyss and it probably could fill the void. I'm probably from forgiven. I'm searching for better living. That shit come from repetition. I feel I've been less efficient. I feel I'm too pressed for bitches. I don't know what I'm worth yet. I've been broke since my birth hit. Too much hope.
Alright, so I think that that's a really great track. I think it's about relaxing and letting loose and putting all the problems aside and just having a little bit of fun. You know, he talks about dancing, he talks about drinking, so I think that that's what that's about. I think it's a really smooth track. It's also a really short one. Next track is Rainy Days featuring Eminem, and I can't lie to you guys, I've already heard it. I didn't know at first that I was going to be making a video on this album, so I went and listened to this just for the Eminem feature, and I think it is a great track. I think Eminem absolutely goes off. I heard a lot of people complaining about, you know, his verse and saying that his flow wasn't nice enough. I thought it was great. As you all know, I don't react to songs that I've already heard before, so we're going to be skipping Rainy Days, and I do apologize for that. Next time I will ask you guys whether you guys would like a video before I consider listening to any tracks on any project, but unfortunately that's what happened this time. Next track is Skydive 2.
Boring. My landlord tripping on my speakers cause the low end. The season for us growing. Let's go deep in the unknown end. Look at you letting the cold in.
Yeah.
No, I ain't moving, I'm fucking. At least you could give me a warning. Yeah, okay. Father of my time, don't you got some more to give me? When I talk just to drown out discussions, she like, how we gonna fuck with your friends in the living room all in the game? I blame you for being petty and telling me pull up when you ain't ready and all the dates that you didn't fed me, but we don't go cause we can't know.
His flow is so relaxed on this. Yeah.
Don't be wasting time asking how to say my name. Another 24 gone, wishing I had 25. I spent 365 with the biggest star in the sky. But how will I know if I'm feeling low? You're making it cold. Could've sent me a text alert. Could've lit all stars instead of blood. Mother sky, I'm listening to Young Gunner.
Man, this one's really smooth. You know, it takes you somewhere. It's awesome for you to just zone out and relax to and kick back to. It's definitely about a girl and a relationship and just being in love and thinking about her, you know? It's an awesome track. Next track is Whose Fault?
Look on my phone, already told you she my damn homie, You know the buttons to hurt me, then you go stand on them, You had a nerve to say you'll call it roll it and kill it, switch to the role of the victim. Like, why the fuck you keep yelling? We can't afford no eviction, On my mama, you tripping, bitch. Don't should've chose up on your friend. Wish your daddy was around and taught you how to be a man, cause you a motherfucking coward, nigga. Let go. You don't see your son watching, I'm done watching you fuck him up. Keep it pushing, go do you. Like he don't copy your movements and he ain't looking up to you. That's
Yo, that's tough, dude. This horn though, it sounds crazy.
You say my son got a game and I need to get him to it, Though I miss him, I say shit, no, I ain't finna do it. Cause I'm too pissed, I say the rule tone was too strong. Shit, you know I just can't back down. No, you got me fucked. Now who that nigga in your background? I told bitch don't ever try to play me. She like, boy, you fake crazy. I bet you wish you cared then, Damn.
That's crazy. That's an awesome track, dude. This one's talking about the struggles of co-parenting. You know, you didn't work out with this girl, but you guys have got a kid now, and both of you are living your own lives, but you've also got to be there for the kid, and you can't let your arguments that you have stop you from having that relationship with your son, especially in the situation that he grew up in and that his son's growing up in Compton. You know, I mean, it's too many people growing up without fathers and without parental guidance, and so just the struggle of having to be there for the kid, but having to co-parent with this person who drives you insane. It's an awesome track, and the storytelling is insane. The beat is so smooth. That horn is tremendous. I love it. Next track is No Warning. Oh, this is crazy, dude. This is awesome. Vocals are crazy.
Do I carry her or let it in? Am I a barrier or am I a bridge? You know the scary thing about it is how she said she'd rather see us die than say you got all the control, just pour the 5 pin. Look at you killing with mad precision. If I turn my back to your bad decisions, just don't give me warning, just stab me in it.
Man. crazy. So in this one, he's asking this girl that he's with to kill him without warning. Do I carry her or do I let her end it? So it's like he doesn't know whether he's good enough to be with her or to help her or to be there for her in the relationship. And instead of having to live that way and never really being there for her, he just asks her to end his life, basically. And it's insane, the insecurities that he's dealing with and that he's exposing to us on this project. Next track is Self-Destruction. A lot of these tracks have been way slower and smoother than I'd imagined. It's really introspective and really honest.
Yo, you can't remember nothing, still don't get no fucks, wildin' out in public.
Yeah.
This myself, shit, this that part I say I'm living what I rap about, talking about your debit till your street cred get you maxed out.
Hey.
I chose any still I'm smacking while you passed out. This that acting loyal, then go single for the weekend.
Oh, this beat goes crazy.
This shit stupid from fuck. Then forgot what I was thinking till the time I fuck a singer. I can't say that I'm that guy. Text scissor, then got hot, she ain't reply. What something? Can't remember nothing. Still don't get no fucks. Wildin' out in public. I'm stopping. I told my mom I won't go back. Then I went back on my promise.
Hey.
It's that act like we don't know this where our actions had got it. Still fucking broken system. Posting pictures, posting scriptures, hoes and niggas, bros and snitches, co-defendants,
the flow.
I don't know, still it's something. Can't remember.
It's a banger, bro. I like it. This one definitely doesn't fit too much into the theme of this whole project. You know, a lot of these tracks have been so smooth and introspective and honest, and he's been so sincere about the insecurities and the inner thoughts that he's having. This one just kind of sounds like he's just having fun with a crazy beat, you know? It sounds like he's fooling around, and it's a banger. Don't get me wrong, it's an awesome track and it sounds really cool. And this is what I was expecting this album to be, you know, more or less. But it doesn't feel like there's a lot of substance, you know? It just feels more so like he's just having fun, and that's okay. The track is still really awesome, and I definitely really enjoyed it. We're gonna head on to the last track now, which is Time.
You tell me all the time, no. You tell me it ain't right. I treat you like a psycho. I hit you in your eyes, look. But not when I'm so faded. Can I come when I'm sober? I do it every time.
Oh, this is great, man.
And I just hit your line, no. Like why you let it die for? That liquor with your pride. Like can I come inside? Like do you gotta lie? No jokes anymore.
That synth is crazy. Oh, this smooth, dude. This wavy.
I can let you go, although I know you're not.
Love this. Beautiful voice, man. Yeah, so this one's one of those tracks to get freaky to. No, but in all seriousness, he talks about, you know, getting intimate with this woman, but not having too much of an emotional connection, it seems like. Just really just the physical part of it. And, you know, a lot of relationships are like that nowadays. They're just physical, and, you know, we don't judge here. You know, that's okay. It's cool that he's got that type of relationship with this chick, and that he's okay with it. It's a really smooth track. I love the feature, though, at the end. That woman's voice is beautiful. That looks like her name is Snow Allegra. I probably butchered that, but yeah, man, it's an awesome feature. It's a really smooth track, and I think it's a really smooth way to end the project, honestly. It's crazy how short this really is, and still how good it is, and how good it manages to be in that short amount of time. It's less than 40 minutes long, this whole project. So, speaking of this project, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is an album of the year contender. There's no way of knowing since it's still just January, but I'm assuming this is gonna end up on a top 10, top 15 list somewhere. And it's going to be in a lot of people's top 5. For me personally, I listened to Black Keys, you know, To Whom I May Concern, and I'm still deciding whether I like this one more than that. I'm going to have to listen to it again, but Black Keys, To Whom I May Concern is still probably the #1 album for me this year so far. And if you haven't seen my video on that, definitely check it out. It's a great project. But this is, you know, I'm going to be debating between these two. It's a really good project. I'm really happy I actually took the time to listen to this, you know, and that you guys asked me to react to this instead of just review it. I think it's so cool the way he's able to just expose all these thoughts, these emotions, these insecurities that all go through his head onto this project in such a cool, concise way. You know, it's so honest, it's so sincere, and I had never heard anything from Boogie before but it just really feels like just this one project I was able to get to know so much about him, you know, and in 13 tracks nonetheless. So it's a really well executed body of work. It's so beautifully made, you know, the production is so smooth. For the most part, we don't really get too many boom bap, trap, or rap songs on this. We get a lot of smooth R&B style tracks, and he kills it with his delivery, with his performance, and with the way that he really draws you into these tracks. You know, his delivery and his flow is so laid back, and it's just so cool to listen to, man. So sorry for the dog in the background, but I just think the project is great. I really enjoyed listening to it. Sorry about the technical difficulties in the video. I know we had to cut out the ending of a couple of the tracks. The videos just stopped recording at some points, and there was really nothing I could do about that, but just know that I think this project is great. I'm really appreciative of all you guys for watching the video. If you would like to support the channel in any way at all, you can start by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you'd like to become a patron and support the channel on Patreon, there's a link in the top right hand corner right now. There's a link on the end screen of this video, and there's a link in the description. You can also follow me on my social media, and hit me up on Instagram if you make music or know somebody who makes music, because I have a series called Putting Y'all On, where I showcase viewer submitted music. And if you want to participate, just hit me up on Instagram. Don't email me, because I will lose your submission in my emails. I get too many of those. Hit me up on Instagram. Alright, so yeah guys, that's it. I'll be back very soon with another video. And till then, peace.